Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm a Monk, and today we are in Age of Wonders 4. Yes, that's right, we're taking an early look at this game. I'm recording this a few days before release. I figured it would be a really good idea just to show my first impressions, actual gameplay. So we're going to take around 20 minutes or so to just explore this game and see what it has to offer. Now, first impressions so far. I'm enjoying the game. It's a lot of fun. It is a 4X strategy game with turn-based combat, which is really cool idea. This is obviously, this is a sequel. This type of thing has been out before. So for anyone that's played these kind of games, the Age of Wonders games, you'll be very familiar with what this has to offer. This is a fantasy setting, however, and you have to build up a civilization. You have to take over the map or develop relations where you and your allies get to be the dominant power on the map. It's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it so far. I like how kind of like the turn-based style is. So, I get a go and then the rest of the map then get a go, and we're all kind of moving along this map, chess-like ways. I like that. It's a lot of fun. And I feel what also helps is that there is a decent story along the way. Like, you get quests and stuff like that, which is pretty cool, and it helps kind of like develop and evolve your world. These are just a few of the things that I quite like, but yeah, definitely interesting. I also like the way you kind of level up and build upon your city as well. You kind of have like this main hub, and you can get these buildings. You get to choose from these buildings. Every building has different bonuses and perks and things that, why you want them in your city and in your game. So there's a bit of strategy that comes to it as well. Also, FYI, I'm not going to show it in this video, but the empire builder, where you get to build your own civilization, is massively in-depth, which is quite cool, and will have a massive impact on how you choose to play your game. So yeah, there's quite a few different things to consider here. This is one of my heroes. This is actually a hero that I acquired from another cityscape. There was like another civilization. I kind of befriended them. I worked quite hard to build and form that relationship. In the end, I managed to vassalize them and integrate them into my civilization. And now their hero, their former leader, happens to be the strongest hero I have in my game. I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's just one of the few things that about this game that I'm actually really enjoying. Right here, we actually have a quest as well, the Fireforged Stone. I need to retrieve it. I'm not sure how to go about doing that. But it's one of the quests, one of the many quests that have popped up for me. I wonder if we can go and find some trouble, get into something somewhere. So we've just ended our turn. So the rest of the players or the factions on the map are now taking theirs. And as you can see, every now and again, you get little things like this pop up where you have a decision, a request has been sent to you, or you've got a decision to be made. And then based on what you choose, it can have a massive impact on your game. Like, we just got these troops, right? Now, it cost us a little bit of gold. But yeah, we just got 2 extra units from these people that I'm currently trying to vassalize. And they look pretty cool. I love how the NPCs and the other factions, how the units all look so unique, so interesting. I believe they came... Oh, I've just gone into the underground. We can talk about that later. But yeah, I believe they came from this city over here. We are so close to being able to... Oh, no, we can't. We can integrate them right now. There we go. So they are another free city that I kind of like managed to befriend, managed to work on becoming friends. They were my vassal for quite a long time. As you just saw, they just gave me some free troops, which was pretty cool. Well, not free troops, but they cost me a little bit of gold. But yeah, so I've now managed to integrate them into my own kingdom. Now, what that means is that I get an extra city. I get a brand new city to mess around with, and everything that I could do with my main city, I can now do with this third city that I've acquired as well. It also means that, that civilization, like their unique troops, they're now my unique troops, and I can build them, recruit them, and use them as and what I want. Now, not only when it comes to integration do I get their city, but I also get their leader as well. So I get an extra hero to kind of boost up and to use. So I think that's kind of cool. I think it's definitely worth doing. Trying to figure out this main quest here. Not main quest, but side quest. But I think I may just give up on it, as I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. This is one of the larger maps I'm actually playing on now. There are quite a lot of different map options when it comes to you setting up your campaign. You do get access to a lot, which I'm quite happy with, just how much power you have when it comes to setting up the game type that you want to play. Obviously, it's going to help if you actually understand the game before you set up these little things. But yeah, it's kind of cool. End our turn and allow everyone else to take their turn. Day 36 dawns. And of course, you from the very beginning have to kind of like understand how your empire is going to play, so that way you know what kind of buildings and what kind of settings you need to put into place to help your empire thrive. Now, this is the leader that we actually got from that new integrated city. Now, he doesn't have an army attached to him. It's literally just a hero. The heroes are very powerful in this game. As you can see, you can customize them in a number of different ways. You can get artifacts from the world and equip them to different heroes, which I really like and appreciate. Your heroes also level up as well, so the more battles that they fight in, the more experience that they get, the more levels they gain. When they gain levels, you actually get to, pick different skills that you want your heroes to have. So, your heroes can get more powerful as time goes on. And for instance, you can even give them random mounts and change the mounts that they happen to be on. These little things I absolutely love. Like, for instance, this hero right here. He's my king. He's the one I started the game with. And he has his basic mount. But if I get lucky enough to explore the world, I may actually find a little dragon for him to ride upon. And of course, the different mounts would have different bonuses and stuff like that. These are all really exciting things. And just little things that help make this game a little bit better. Now, right now, one of my cities have expanded by the looks of it, and I'm able to pick a new province for me to pop down. I'm just trying to find what would be the best province for it. There'd be different buildings that you can build in different provinces, like, for instance, a forestry or a farm or a mine or a quarry. These kind of things, and each different type of building that you can equip and build have their own different bonuses. Now, this happens to be another ruling, say, big NPC faction. And I have quite a few different things that I can actually negotiate with them. We can trade items. We can do different treaties and become friends, open borders, teleport troops, all these kind of things. But you have to build up relations with these people by giving them gifts or doing things that are nice. You can also get grievances. So if I build too close to him, that kind of thing, he ain't gonna like that. And therefore he has a reason then to dislike me, and that can lead to war, and that's not fun for anyone, unless it is, depending on how you want to play. See, right now I can fabricate grievances against him, so that way I can eventually have a just war, or maybe I don't want a just war and I just want to go to war with him in the end. But I like how, so far in my experience, this game has quite an in-depth alliance kind of negotiations that you can have, and I look forward to experimenting with that, seeing just who you can get on your side, depending on whether you're good or whether you're bad, depending on a few different things. I'm excited to see how this game actually plays out into the late game. But so far, I've had an absolute blast in Age of Wonders. I have managed to get hold of this game early. I have had quite a bit of time on it, but I figured now would be a good time to kind of jump in, do a first impressions. And so far, I've got to say, guys, I am very, very pleased. I like how there's two layers right now. You see me in kind of like the underground, the underbelly, and you can actually build a civilization or an empire that is actually better suited for being down below rather than topside as well. And you could actually settle down here and build new cities, for instance, underground instead of above ground. So I like that. But I think that it can be quite easy to forget that there's an underground, and for me, I have to remind myself that this is a multi-layered game and not just to focus on the above ground, because you can actually win just playing underground as well, and I like that. So I've been trying to recruit some troops for my new found leader. So he's up to 4 now, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's quite a risky battle. Both of those are risky battles. I think we'll have to come back. I also love how the world map is littered with different things. It can be artifacts for you to acquire, to apply to your kingdom, or it could be dungeons for you to explore, and at the end of it you tend to get quite a good reward. The harder the enemies that you happen to be fighting, the better the rewards at the end, and some of those rewards are absolutely brilliant. The tutorial, by the way, in this game so far has been spot on, easily been able to help me out with certain different things, which I really, really like. Nothing worse than a huge game like this and a tutorial just not being able to explain the game enough. It's been persistent, and every single time I encounter something new, the tutorial mode pops up and explains this new event in pretty good detail. It's all voice acted as well so far. Another thing that I really, really like. Full voice acting is important, especially in big games like this. And we have learnt a brand new spell. Now, whether you play as a wizard type character or a champion type character, your society is constantly learning new spells. These things can be really, really important, because not only can you use them in combat, but you can also use them in this mode as well when you're kind of like above ground. Some of these things help your scouts move quicker. Some of these spells actually just heal your troops, but all of them seem to be really important, and it's up to you which way you kind of go on them as well, which I kind of like. I feel like it also, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I feel like the kind of spells that you can learn also rely on whether you are good or bad in your current alignment. Hey, looks like we got a defensive pat going ahead. There is another one of me roaming around. This is the guy that I'm using, my current king. He is not a created character, so he's one of the ones that the game has pre-made for me. I figured that would be a good way to go, as I'm still currently kind of like teasing out the game and learning what the different functions actually do. But I am liking how in depth this negotiations is. Seems to be quite a few different options that I can do, which I like. I'm going to give him a gift, and in hope of improving our relations, I would like to actually eventually get a decent alliance with somebody. Some games have really struggled with that whole alliance part, so I guess it's about finding someone that you kind of like share common interests with, that you have a like-minded approach to this game. Oh, hold up, what's this? An extra mission. Do I accept the quest? I like that also you got multiple answers. You don't necessarily have to accept all the quests. I tend to find so far that all of the quests are worth accepting, though they normally have a decent reward. But I guess if you're bogged down with too many things at a time, then if you don't want to accept it, that's totally okay too. And of course, the Sun Shrine, they are another group that I integrated into my kingdom, and therefore I've got a load of different troops here that I can build that wouldn't have been accessible to me and my current race. But that guy needs a couple of extras anyway, just to bulk up his army a little bit. Now, this is a nice, safe battle, but I kind of want to show you a bit of combat as well. You know, we've gone above, you know, what's happening with our kingdom management and our exploration and that kind of thing. But I think, you know, the actual turn-based combat system as well is important to show, especially as this is a first impressions video after all. I typically like to let the opponent have the first turn. At least, hopefully, they get a bit out of battle order, a bit out of sync, and I'm able then to come in and attack them. There we go. We got our defenders, our shielded units, and then we've also got our archers, our ranged units. You absolutely want to keep them at the back of the field. And bear in mind, you can actually get friendly damage sometimes as well. These are our scouts. They're much better outside of the army, but is what it is. Move up the pikemen, peasant pikemen. They're probably the lowest form of troop you can actually get. They do seem to do a pretty good job, though. There we go. We got our champion in there too. Bannerman, another ranged unit. These guys like use mana and magic to kind of attack. Of course, different units are going to be weak to different types of attacks as well, so it's good to have a decent balance. Enemy turn. Don't want them to kill my king. Let's get these guys back in and attack. Now these, my defenders, they are a tier 2 group. So they're slightly hardier than the peasant pikemen. They have a little bit more health, I believe. Get them to go in and attack. They've done a good amount of damage. Oh, we got a 70% chance to actually hit those, so I would prefer to go on, you know, a guaranteed hit rather than damage on a unit that I'm actually hitting at the moment. The last thing I want is to waste a turn. There we go, 90% chance of hitting. Not bad. I have had it quite often where my troops unfortunately miss and fail. So paying attention to that percentage chance that you're actually gonna, successfully hit or not is definitely worthwhile doing. Overall, I think the combat works really well. Obviously, we're playing in kind of like a very familiar hexagon grid. It is turn-based. You get to move your troops and attack, and you also get spells that you can use at any time that you've managed to learn, of course, throughout your campaign so far. At the moment, I think this game works really, really great. I'm looking forward to reviewing this game. It comes out very, very soon. I think Age of Empires 4 is going to be one that I'm going to focus on this channel for a while. It's one that I certainly enjoy. So if you are interested in Age of Wonders content, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, think about joining the Discord. The link for it is going to be down in the description. Hopefully, we're going to get lots of Age of Wonders players involved in this Discord and from the channel. If you are interested, like I said, that Discord is there. But I'm going to leave you with the end of this battle. Hopefully, you have enjoyed this video. But until next time, guys, I've been a monk, we've been a Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.
Uh-huh. Yeah.